Hello, everybody. It is me, Stephen Detling from Dubsy Studios 25, and today we are going to talk a little bit about games, and we're going to stop playing so many games because nobody really watches it, and it's really a pain in the ass to do because it's a lot of farming and whatnot in games, which I'm going to talk about is stuff like that. But what we're going to talk about today is our game developers ruining video games and multiplayer games, in specific like Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Gears of War, stuff like that. And it's not really a matter of me telling you exactly what to think, it's more of me giving you some things to think about, and then you can make the choice for yourself if you're really wanting to spend the money on multiplayer games. So what it really is coming down to is, are games even worth buying anymore for what you're getting in a multiplayer experience? And some things to keep in mind. What I really want to talk about right away is the server populations in games, and how that is just completely ruining games. Because you think about a game like Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 has a peak server population every day of about 35,000 people, I believe. And Call of Duty, like Advanced Warfare, is only, I heard it was only like 10,000 people on Advanced Warfare, and on Steam it's like 3,000, and that's pretty crappy. And the thing about it is, like, when you play Halo 3, for example, way back in the day, when you'd play Halo 3, you'd go online, there'd be like 100,000 people. Call of Duty 4, 100,000 people. Modern Warfare 2, hundreds of thousands. There was like 300,000 people on Modern Warfare 2, at least 5 or 6 weeks into the game's release. It was ridiculous. And then you have games like the Master Chief Collection, which totally shit their pants when it comes to trying to do anything correctly, and they just utterly fuck themselves, and the games just completely suck. And you know, it's not even worth playing because the game's so fucking broken, which is another thing we're going to talk about. So basically, yeah, server populations are down, and what that's doing is creating lag. And when we have lag, we have upset players, and we have upset players, they don't fucking play the game anymore. And when they don't play the game anymore, the game dies, and a game series dies as players of one title in a trilogy or whatever stop playing. Less and less fans will come to the table, and the game will utterly shit on itself. And that's what I feel is happening with a game like Halo, because the Master Chief Collection was such a joke. I played Halo back when I was like 14 years old or so. I played Halo 3 all the time, and that's when there was, hundreds of thousands of people playing the game. And what happened was, I played Halo the Master Chief Collection for a couple days, and what was that game? Trash. The game was complete garbage. Complete garbage, and it was absolutely despicable even trying to find a match or play a decent fucking game, because there weren't enough people, because everybody hated the piece of shit so much. I mean, it was just a joke. Everybody hated it so much, and it just... Oh my god, dudes. It was so bad. And what that server population is also doing is it's ruining skill gap in games. And when we talk about skill gap, a game like Gears of War, for example, or Halo is another great one. Skill gap is the determining factor of who kicks people's ass. It's not just who sees the guy first. A kill can be reversed. It can be countered. You can't really counter shit in Call of Duty. I mean, maybe even Battlefield, because if somebody sees you first, you're fucked. Like, it's just kind of how it is. They're Twitch games, whereas I like to consider Gears of War and Halo more arena type games, where you're limited in your tools, but you have to come up with other tactics to fight people. And then that's just the whole skill gap thing, because when the server populations are going down, there are less players to fill the gaps. So like when you're playing Halo Master Chief Collection, for example, you'll be playing against little kids that just suck at the game because the Master Chief Collection is their first Halo game they ever played. Then you're playing against people who've played Halo forever. And what happens? The kids get fucked. The kids just get totally screwed. And then what's going to happen? They're not going to want to play the game anymore. So then you have you have high ranked players and you have low ranked players, and what's happening is the low ranked players can't have any fun because they're always getting beat up by the higher ranked players. And yeah, that's kind of how it is when you have a complete skill gap game. But the thing is, when you have higher server populations, the lower ranked players can find other unskilled players, so then they can have competitive matches. It's not just get your ass kicked every single time, you know. And what fun is that's just not that's crappy, man. And think about like people outside the US, because the major traffic areas are the United States, Britain, Canada, places like that, English speaking countries generally. It really is the truth. I mean, all the games are developed here, and when like Australians and Germans and Russians and Japanese players and all these guys from other countries outside the US or Britain have to play on these servers, the lag sucks when they have to, because there's not enough people to populate their own. They have to come over to West Coast US or East Coast US, and it does not work at all. It causes so much lag, and then the game is just horrible, and that just really blows. And the skill gap is really important because, I mean, if you're a higher ranked player and you play every game like you completely just sit your little fucking 7-year-old brother down next to you and you just completely fuck up his day and you steal the fucking sandwich right out of his lunchbox every fucking time you play against him, I mean, that gets to be pretty damn boring. Like, it just really sucks because like all these games feel like it's going to this. When one of the most trafficked games, Battlefield 4, is 2 fucking years old, or like Grand Theft Auto Online, and those games are 2 fucking years old, man. Grand Theft Auto 5 has almost been out for 2 fucking years. It's crazy, and that is one of the most played fucking games, man. And then you have games like fucking Destiny, but I'll talk about that fucking abomination of gaming, that abortion of fucking cheap ass bullshit cut corners developing. We'll talk about that later, but that's just the problem, is that these developers are making these games that just fucking, they cannot sustain themselves for very long anymore, and that's unfortunate, because what's going to happen is when they keep fucking up these games, and we'll talk about how they're fucking up these games, when they keep fucking them up, people are eventually going to pull the thumb out of their fucking dick hole and figure out that they should quit buying this shit. And that's why I play fucking single player games, man. I have some Battlefield 4 gameplay here for you, and I'm a very average player. I don't give a shit. I don't play multiplayer games. I'm not going to pretend I'm real good. So, I mean, it's just average gameplay in the background. But I play single player games. Like, I play like Skyrim, Fallout. I've been playing the new Mad Max game like crazy. I play fucking NHL. NHL is one of the most fun games I have. I mean, just, it's so much fun. But that's just the thing, is that these fucking games are just, oh god, they're just shitting all over themselves. And so why are these companies doing this? Well, there's an answer. It's called fucking pre-orders and DLC. Pre-orders, and here's the thing, is it's like pre-order to play the fucking beta, and it's like, no, betas are not fucking testing environments. Betas are not testing environments. Whenever they say that, they're a fucking liar. What betas are they're putting, it's a fucking demo, and what they're doing is they're putting their best foot forward. And you're like, oh yeah, this fucking beta's pretty good, and they're only going to fix the game from here. No, they're not going to do shit. They're just going to release the same fucking thing, you guys. Battlefield 4. Okay. The Battlefield 4 incident. Battlefield 4 is great now. Battlefield works fucking phenomenal. It's a lot better than that other game that DICE released, which we'll talk about. But Battlefield 4 was horrible at launch. However, in the beta or demo or whatever, it wasn't too bad. And that's because it was like one of the maps that fucking worked in the game modes. That worked. And then what they did is when it released, everything else completely sucked. And That's what they can get away with when you pre-order fucking games, is they can be like, okay, we're gonna put our best foot forward, we're gonna make something work in the game because we don't give a shit about the rest of it. We're just trying to turn a profit. We don't actually care about customer satisfaction anymore because that's a fucking thing of the 80s or something, as it seems with the fucking game developers feel like. And what's going on is the games are getting released, and it allows them to release these buggy pieces of shit. Master Chief Collection is a prime example of this. Master Chief Collection was a joke. It's still a fucking joke. The game still doesn't fucking work. Yeah, now you can get in a party, and now you can actually play on the same fucking team as the people that are in your party, but how long does it take to find a match? Fucking half an hour? It's a fucking disgrace. And Battlefield 4 was not nearly as bad as Halo Master Chief Collection was. And, oh god, and people really diss DICE on everything. And DICE made it right. DICE went above and beyond with their player base. I will say that DICE having a game that is top peaked of the multiplayer server populations, and it is 2 fucking years old. Good job, DICE. That is awesome. However, you fucked up with Hardline, but I mean, we'll talk about that later. I mean, there's a reason that Battlefield 4 has the same fucking server peak population as Battlefield Hardline. Jesus Christ. But, like, fucking god, dude. Master Chief Collection just completely shat itself. It just, oh god, it took like 9,000 laxatives and just fucking prepared itself and just shit all over itself, and it's still running down its legs. And that game, I'm just not gonna talk about it anymore. It's just absolutely horrible. So what's going on is all these companies can lie. You're allowing these companies to lie. You're saying, yeah, lie to us, fuck us over some more. That's cool. And then let's talk about other things that the game developers want you to buy, like micro fucking transactions. God, and it's just a way for the developer to say, hey, look at me with your slutty face and let me blow a load all over it. That's really what the game developers are doing. And what's happening is, oh my god, like the fucking random, the RNG loot of like a game like fucking Destiny, but Destiny doesn't allow you to purchase it, so that's okay. But RNG's shitty. But a game like Call of Duty, where they have the advanced supply drops with the weapon variants, so you should be able to buy the guns straight up. You shouldn't actually, no, you should have to play the fucking game and figure out how to get your shit on your own. You shouldn't be buying the fucking weapons. It doesn't make a goddamn difference anyway. I mean, just play the fucking game. Who cares? It's oh god. Learn to use whatever gun, man. No one gives a shit what cool guns or armor you have. It doesn't matter. You're not fucking 13 years old. Well, a lot of people probably are 13 years old that play games and actually buy into the bullshit. But the problem is with that RNG is I mean, if they wanted to do microtransactions normally, they would say, okay, pay $2 for this gun, $1.99 for this gun, or 99 cents for this camo. But no, they found the way to have RNG drops, so you could potentially end up spending $40 on a fucking one gun that you want. Because when you look at what gun you actually want, it's possible that you can get a gun that you already have, or it's possible to get one or a shotgun or sniper rifle or assault rifle or something you don't even fucking want. So then you've gambled away all your money at that point, and you still haven't got what you want, and you've spent $20, $40, and that's how they get you. They have it fucking figured out. There's a reason that certain packages of 20 or 10 are priced exactly how they are. They know that it takes that much money to do it. So really, you're potentially spending $40 for a fucking $2 item, and that's how game developers are fucking people nowadays, you guys. It's all about the profit. It doesn't matter. It's all about the reward. It's not about the experience. Because I remember in Halo 3, when you would play, there was armor customization. There's like 10 fucking armors. That's about it. There's no weapon customization. There's none of that. I'm a fan of customization and personalization. I think it's awesome. I mean, people like to express themselves. They crave that kind of thing, and that's cool. But when that's the only goal of the game, is to be like, oh, I gotta get a new gun camo, or I gotta do all this and get a new fucking laser sight or a fucking scope that I can only get by getting 200 headshots. And it's not about like the actual fun experience of playing the game, being competitive with your friends, trying to just prove how everybody else sucks in the game by shitting all over them and kicking their asses over and over and over again until they just want to fucking quit the game and go cry and piss themselves. That's not what the game's about anymore. Now it's all about, oh, what, I gotta get ranked up and I gotta get these random loot drops so then I can go and open virtual boxes and get virtual items. Oh my god, so many items. And it's like, that's not the point, man. The point is the gameplay. And what the problem is the gameplay has been the same shit for the past fucking 80 years. And 6 years. And like, think about like Call of Duty. It's the same fucking game over and over. Halo, same fucking game. Battlefield, same fucking game over and over. However, I'll give Battlefield the fact that they have so much within their same formula that they shouldn't change it. And when did they change it? Hardline. And what game fucking sucked cock? Hardline. And the problem is that the new games are just shit. They're just trash. And it's all about like getting rewards. It's not even about the actual experience of the game. And that's what the developers are encouraging. They're like, well, do you want to spend the 20 hours playing the game? Because we're not going to make as much money if you just buy the item for $40 because you randomly gamble for it. They're not going to make enough money. So they encourage you to buy this shit. And why do people watch a fucking video on YouTube of somebody opening boxes or decrypting fucking engrams out of Destiny? It makes no sense. It is fucking stupid, man. These people are advertising you to be a fucking gambler and an idiot. And yeah, the YouTubers can do that because they'll make all the fucking money back off of AdSense. You make a shit ton of money off ads, you guys. If you actually fucking become a YouTube partner, you'll see. You'll find out how much money you actually make. And you'll find out rather quickly. And the problem is, these fuckers can spend this $1,000 on this shit, these $1,000, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna make a video so all the little kids come all over the screen while they're watching these fucking videos of me opening virtual boxes and getting fake items. It's so cool, dude. And the oh god, it just pisses me off. Stop fucking tainting your mind with that bullshit, because what's gonna happen is you're just gonna be like, Mom, I need to borrow like $20 to buy some Call of Duty shit, and Mom's just like, well, as long as the kid will just leave me alone and go play the fucking video game, sure, I can spend the $20 on him. And that's exactly what's gonna happen too. And that's what's been happening, and it's gonna fucking continue, and it's a god dang disgrace, people. It sucks. And I have notes here on what I'm gonna say, and I just have Call of Duty sucks dick. That is my fucking note on Call of Duty. That's pretty good. But so that's what's going on. I mean, game companies are encouraging you to stop playing the game to earn things and just give them more money to cheat your way out of it. Like the fucking shortcut kits in Battlefield. Oh, that shit makes me so mad. And it's so stupid. It's like, if you play as the assault class or something for 10 hours, like, who cares? But see, this is the thing. When you're an adult, 10 hours is like, you're just like, yeah, 10 hours. And then if you're a kid, you're like, oh, 10 whole hours. This is my life. And this is everything in my world. And if everything doesn't go absolutely perfectly in those 10 hours, oh, I'm so upset. Because that's how kids think. Because they don't have a real sense of how fragile things. You know how when people say things get faster as you get older? No, you're just realizing how fast it has been all along. When you were a kid, you didn't realize how fast time actually moved, because you were so caught up in the moment. Now as an adult, you think about what's going to happen in the future, or you're either pissed off about that, or you're pissed off about things that happened in your past, and then that doesn't make you think about the current. And as you're a kid, all you think about is what's going on right now. You know what I mean? So, whereas if you're a kid and you're like, oh, I can spend $10, it's not mine, who gives a shit? Because you don't know you don't care what's gonna happen. But if you're an adult, you're like, no, I need that fucking money to pay rent or something, or to fucking pay for insurance or gas or food or clothes or fucking tampons, whatever it is you need to buy. I mean, you're not worried about spending $40 for a fucking gun in a video game, dude. And the problem, and the other problem I'd like to point out, I'm gonna move away from this RNG shit because that stuff, you guys have heard about this before, and you know how big of a joke it is. And then there are some people who still support it, and those people I just laugh at and want to fucking slap in the teeth, but I ignore my urges. But the fucking other problem we have with games is you're paying $60 for them to boot, right? You're not just fucking, you're not just spending $20 and then you're spending a little money on some extra shit. You're spending $60 to boot, and then you just want to play the fucking game. You don't want to be bothered with all this microtransaction bullshit. And the thing is the game even worth that anymore? Because you think about it, it's like you're paying $60 for some multiplayer game modes, and the server populations are going to be shit, so you're probably only going to be able to play like a third of the playlists that we have available in the game. So you get a third of a multiplayer game, plus a free single-player campaign, because no one gives a shit about the stories of games anymore. I don't even remember a time when fucking games had worthwhile stories unless they were only single-player games, like a Fallout game or a fucking I don't know, Fallout game, Borderlands maybe. Borderlands is another example of this whole multiplayer thing I want to talk about. But oh god, dude, you're paying $60 for a multiplayer game that they're getting fucked up with, then and companies are charging you, and you're allowing them to fuck you in the ass with, and they're charging you $60 to rape you. That's what you're doing. You're allowing them to do this to you, and it needs to quit, you guys. And god dang it, I'm getting angry here. So that's just it. And one thing I'd like to point out about games is that split screen is dying. Split screen is dying because people aren't going to pay my microtransactions if they only play split screen, and we're not going to get to boost our server populations if people are playing split screen because they'll only count as one player, and all this fucking bullshit. Like, you guys know why they're not showing the player counts anymore? Because the fucking companies are embarrassed at how little people are playing these games, and they're just shitting out the games too. I mean, they should be embarrassed. They should be ashamed of themselves for fucking up. For fucking up this bad? you better be ashamed of yourself, motherfucker. This stuff is just unacceptable, man. It just makes me mad that I work my ass off at work, and then I want to come home and play a fucking game, and then you can't even join a fucking match. It just really fucking, it irks me, you guys. That's the word. That's what it does. And it's a fucking joke. And think about like a game like Destiny, when you talk about a game that is robbing you of your fucking money with demos and stuff. Destiny, okay, there was no way for us to tell how much content was in Destiny when that game was in beta or alpha, because it was like, oh, this is a thing. Maybe there will be more than one location. There's one fucking location on each planet. It's a joke. And they changed the name from Explorer to Patrol. That's one thing I really laughed at. That's so funny because that's just a dead lie that it was even any exploration whatsoever. But that Destiny just fucking... The whole year one was just a trial run to get people's money. Think about how much money you spend on the fucking DLC. $40 on DLC already. So you spent $100 on the game. If you've spent, $20 on each DLC, you spent $100 on the game, and that shit still isn't even enough to be considered a full $60 game. So for $100, you're not even getting a $60 game. And then with Taken King, I don't know if that's $20 or $40, but that's another fucking excuse to be like, oh, here's probably the full game now. What we actually originally had in our idea. This is probably kind of the original launch version. So you spent either $120 or $140 on a $60 fucking game. And this is going to keep happening. And what I will applaud one game company for, Rockstar Games, Grand Theft Auto 5, is that, yeah, all this shit they've released in these updates should have been in the game. Like fucking heists. I mean, heists should have been in the game at launch. I mean, come on. Let's be honest here. And that shit was just mediocre for 2 fucking years of or not 2 years, 1.5 years of fucking development after the game came out, and there was only 5 fucking heists, and they weren't even customizable. You couldn't even customize. You couldn't even just be like, okay, guys, let's just get together and make up our own heist. You couldn't just do that. No, that's just ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense why you couldn't do that. It really doesn't. It makes no fucking sense why you couldn't do that after a year and a half of developing it after the game had already fucking released. And you promised us this shit? Or I'm sorry, I'm dissing him. I should be thanking him. But what I'll thank him for is the fact that they did release this stuff for free. So the game does feel, like GTA Online does feel how it should have been at launch. And it's still, I've only paid $60 on GTA 5. Granted, it's taken up half my fucking hard drive space, but still, it's at least you got your money's worth out of it, and they're not charging you for this shit. If Destiny were to do that free shit, I don't know what the fuck I couldn't imagine that they would allow that game to have these free updates. There's no way, because you probably get more content out of a free GTA 5 update than you do paying $40 out of fucking Destiny's updates. It's just shitty, you guys. It's really shitty. Now the split screen aspect that we were talking about. The problem that I have with games is that what companies are also making you do by removing split screen is they're making you buy another fucking console to play the game, because that's how it works. That's how you sell money. The best advertising is fucking word of mouth. So little Johnny comes home from school on his birthday and his mom gives him an Xbox One. Oh shit, Johnny's only 13 years old and he's playing Destiny and none of his buddies have an Xbox One. Well, shit. I want to play Destiny and I can't do the Vault of Glass because I don't have any friends, or I can't do Crota because I don't have any fucking friends that have an Xbox. Too bad they can't just come sit down and we can't make a fucking temporary profile for them to just play with me. It doesn't make any sense. And doesn't make any fucking sense. And what they do is they're making you buy 3 more consoles. No, 5 more consoles and 5 more copies of the fucking game, rather than 1 more console, 4 people on one and 2 on the other, or 3 on each. Doesn't make any fucking sense. It does make sense. It's fucking cruel and it's unnecessary and it's fucking bullshit. It's absolute slavery, and we are being oppressed and finger banged, and it's just not correct, you guys. It's not correct. It is absolutely despicable that companies are taking advantage of people like this. They're taking advantage of little kids, because then the kid goes, oh, ma, or he goes up to his buddies at school the next day. He's like, guys, you gotta ask for a fucking Xbox so we can play on your, play fucking Destiny. And then, their birthdays come, and then their parents get them fucking Xboxes or PS4s or whatever, and they all play Destiny. And then, now what have you done? You've sold fucking 5 more copies of the game by being an asshole. That's what you've done. And that's the problem with a game like Borderlands, is when a friend of mine comes over and I'm like, yeah, let's play some Borderlands. He's like, well, shit, you don't have 2 profiles on the Xbox. What the fuck are we going to do? And I don't have a profile because I don't have an Xbox. Oh, shit. So now I'm level fucking 50 and this guy's level 1 and he can't even play. It's so stupid. They can't even play with you then, because they don't just give them a temporary profile that matches your shit to let them just play. It doesn't make any sense. Like, oh god, it's just a joke, you guys. And I remember, like, when you were a guest way back in the day, a guest profile, it would just match your shit. Like on Call of Duty, if you were rank 50, then the guy that played as a guest would be rank 50. It just didn't make any sense. Whereas like a game like Halo that doesn't have this get rewards for playing longer bullcrap, my friend can come over and play Halo with me and he doesn't need a profile. He can just play as guest, and he has just about as much a chance to have as much fun as I do by playing the game. That's why I like arena games and not these fucking games like. And that's not, I mean, all games like Battlefield, Battlefield doesn't have split screen, but Call of Duty or Halo, I mean, you can at least have a friend come over and you can play the game. You can actually play the game. And that's what's good, is that you spend the money and you don't have to spend money on another console and another fucking game copy to play the game at all. This is a great example. My dad actually wanted to have an Xbox for upstairs, and I have my own for recording shit. But my dad wanted an Xbox upstairs, and he really liked Battlefield 4, and we wanted to play Battlefield 4 together, but he has to sit upstairs and play Battlefield 4 on a different console, a different copy of the game, and I have to sit down here and play Battlefield 4 and play a different copy of the game. And it's fucking bullshit because what's he spent? $400 to play a game online together. Me and my dad to play a fucking game online together. It's so stupid. It's a joke. It's an absolute fucking joke that you have to do this. And god dang it, you guys, it sucks. So yeah, I hope this kind of puts things up for you. I mean, the fact that companies are just trying to rob us with everything they're doing, and it's all just about these quick reward schemes. Like, the whole psychology thing plays into it. There's a guy on YouTube. His name's I'm gonna actually put a link in him. He's a good dude. He's amazing. His name's B Dobbins for the win, and he's awesome, dude. He does exactly stuff like this. And I'm gonna put a link to his channel in the description. But he talks about this thing, and I always said it too. And it's about dopamine. It's your reward process, and that's why you have flashy medals and flashy numbers and big numbers that pop up when you get kills and big things that show up because you're like, yeah, that's cool, I got a reward. Fucking in Halo 3, you got a kill, you got a little blip in the corner, and it's like, yeah, good job. Like, fucking nobody cares. Like, it's so ridiculous, all this shit. Halo, however, they did have medals, but they weren't huge fucking things that just took up the whole screen. It was just kind of in the corner, you know? And like, god, it just makes me laugh at all this stuff. Because games just try to, it's all about just milking the profits. They don't even give a shit about audience retention because they know that people are going to be stupid enough and just buy the next fucking game in the series. So here's a couple notes. Don't fucking pre-order games. You're getting robbed. There's no sense of pre-ordering games anymore. You just download it. You digitally download it at fucking midnight. There you go. You play the game. I mean, it's fucking, there's no sense. Oh, you're not going to get that one gun. Oh, well, use a different one. Big fucking deal. Like, seriously, big fucking deal. But I mean, god, guys, the games are not worth $60 anymore, and they're gonna start charging more. They're gonna be charging more because they drop so much fucking money on these games. They're gonna have to be charging more. That's why movie tickets are so expensive. It costs fucking $20 for two people just to get fucking tickets at a movie. At two people to get tickets, $20 for a film, because they're spending so much money on films. And that's a talk for another day. But man, it's just getting robbed there. It's not cool. But yeah, so don't pre-order games anymore. Don't buy into the microtransaction bullshit. Just play the game, have fun. Who cares, you guys? Who gives a shit? Just don't be so worried about it. It is a fucking game, man. It is a game, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a way that people can chill out, man. And when people like me have nothing else to do to chill out, this is what we want to do. We want to play fucking games, and that's just what we do. And we can't because games are getting ruined by these developers by putting all this bullshit in the games. So there you go. Don't pre-order games. Don't fucking do microtransactions. Don't ask mom for $40 to play Call of Duty to get one gun. Don't do that. Wait for games to come out, or digitally download games, you guys. Wait for games to go on sale, then buy them. Or rent the fucking games, because all you're going to want to play is a week of Call of Duty or something anyway. Just rent it off Gamefly. There's that too. But that's just it, you guys. That's all I really got to say about the matter. I'm going to do a lot more videos like this. I like doing this a lot more than Let's Plays. I'll have some more films and whatnot out, but soon I want to talk about some other video game stuff. Probably just record some Battlefield stuff every now and then. Battlefield, if I play any multiplayer games, Battlefield's really the game. I'm going to do Fallout 4 when it comes out. Thank you for watching, people. Stay fucking smart. When you're buying shit, don't be an idiot. Don't fucking gamble on this crap. So yeah, please like or dislike or comment or subscribe, whatever the fuck you want to do. You all have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching. I will see you all later. Peace, everybody.